glutes is real.
No, once I get rid of them, once I've done it, I delete them because it was getting
Yes.
too much.
Welcome to this conversation with the Morning Tea Marketing Missus, where we offer valuable tips to help small business owners and sole traders improve their presence online and communicate more effectively. But we also, have some amazing conversations about how to achieve different things within your life. And what we're talking about at the moment is how to achieve balance. The hosts, as usual, are Narelle Gaddy, who is your accredited accessibility auditor. We have Lara Arden. Lara is a business awards coach, and Jan Roche's business is Biz Connect Web Designs and Over 50s Health. And I am Janeen Vosper. My business is Speech Perfect, and I help people communicate effectively so they step up to stand out. And I'm the one talking about balance this particular week, and it's sort of the wrap up of everybody's conversations on balance. And when we started this at the beginning of the month, I'm thinking, well, are we going to keep repeating the same information? But no, it's been so interesting about different aspects of balance within life and within business, but often the things that we're doing in our lives transfer across to that sense of balance. We talked about building up core strength, which is the strength within ourselves and the strengths that we have within our business and how we see those strengths. We talked about the breath and how important that is, and to stay focused and to follow the direction that you want to head and achieve the results, and how can you create balance with that. One of the things that I want to talk about, I was an aerobic instructor for 10 years, and I was also running and doing training and a crazy amount of things. And if I didn't get my training done, I would feel like I've let myself down. It was quite a intense feeling. It wasn't a normal feeling. It was really quite intense. And you'll probably come across this journey either within yourself or with other people. It becomes obsessive. That I was out of balance with the things, with that obsessive feeling. I watched a movie about some professional ballet dancers who were injured and some swimmers who were injured, and they weren't able to continue their profession, or they had to take a break because they'd been obsessive about what they were doing, had overtrained, and now either couldn't do it any longer or had to take a break. And it was a real eye-opener for me to go, oh my goodness, Janeen, you're playing at this, it's a fitness thing. It's not a life-threatening thing. I'm not a ballet dancer where it's my whole profession and everything I've wanted to be. And it was interesting you brought up the ballet in the conversations, Lara. It was a real epiphany moment where I've gone, step back, girl. And I think that has been, for me, and that's probably 30, 40 years ago nearly that I did that. It just meant that, for me, I'm, a type A personality. I tend to be gung-ho to go, just, it doesn't matter. Let the control go when you have to, just back off. I've never been a perfectionist. I really do feel people who feel that things have to be perfect, because there's no such thing no such thing, Jen, as perfect. Perfect to one person is not for the other. But it's that if you don't do it, that sense of guilt, and that means you're out of balance. If you're feeling guilty about not spending enough time working, not spending enough time with family, not spending enough time exercising, not eating the right foods, and all of that sense that brings that is guilt, then it definitely is that you're feeling out of balance. So for me, what I realized was, what's high on my values? What's my highest values? And why do I do something? If it fits within my values, then it becomes a priority. So for me, new experiences is really high on my values. It's my priorities. So whether that means traveling, or on the May long weekend, I spent time a day with the grandchildren in a craft the Mulaney Wood Expo,
Oh, wow.
exploring and playing with all of the different things and creating, whether that is, you know, the new experience, whatever it is, it's a priority number one for me. And it means that I can put everything else in perspective after that. And being well, you know, I walk a lot and I eat healthfully, but being well rather than healthy or fit is probably, you know, another priority for me. But I think that's such an important aspect. What do you reckon? That it's that once we know our values, we can be focused in the right direction and we can achieve those things that we want and we can stay in balance.
Yeah, I love that. I really resonate with what you're saying, Janine, because I know for me, you know, and thank you for bringing up the topic of value. I was thinking earlier as well, that, you know, when we talk about our core strengths of our business, these can be our values within our business, but also, you know, within ourselves personally as well in our lives, families, and the things that we want to be able to do together. And then when you mentioned how it's you know, this wanting this state of things being well, what that meant for me is the idea that, you know, when things are well, we are in harmony with ourselves. We don't have those feelings of guilt or shame or embarrassment that are holding us back, but we're actually able to be true to ourselves. And I think, you know, that can be really empowering when we get that opportunity, that perspective to see that there is balance when we can be true to ourselves. And sometimes being true to ourselves means, you know, taking a step back and looking at our plate and thinking, well, have I got too much on? You know, do I just need to maybe take a couple of things off my plate and have some more space, have some more time, you know, for me to be able to just take a walk, you know, and think about, you know, the focus and the vision that I have moving forward. What do I want that to look like? Because we're always evolving. Life's, you know, constantly on the move. And that, I think that's part of our journey as well, is to try and have a life that's, you know, giving us the opportunity to feel that balance and that sense of being true to ourselves as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I think that for me, what I achieve with my sport is played out, if that's the right word, applied across my whole life. So when we talk about being organised gives us flexibility, that's exactly how I love being too. So my sport and how I approach it allows me and ensures that I am organised so that I can achieve a whole stack of goals that are important to me. And that could be, personal achievement with what it is that I want to do with my sport, but also how I apply that to BizConnect Web Design and our team that we put together with that. And it also helps me. My grandchildren see me as something to aspire to, which is just amazing. I just absolutely love that. That's if nothing else comes of anything in my life, that is it for me. I'm really happy with that. And so it is structured, and that is important to me. And yes, I am a little bit of a perfectionist, so this just plays right into my wheelhouse, which is just amazing. And I also love that I am there to support and teach people who want to achieve something better with their body, because it's not just their body. And I have this what is it called? It's a catch, not a catch line, whatever it is. Strong mind, strong body. And that is what I'm aiming for. And so that helps me to be an amazing person and an amazing friend, an amazing wife and mother and grandmother and all of that stuff, because it helps me to feel positive. It helps me to stay focused and balanced and all of that great stuff. And I just, for me, there's nothing else like it. I just absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Yeah, I want to be the cool grandma too. Narelle, what about you?
Well, I don't know whether I'll ever be a grandma because my boys are still having fun chasing. I'm a pretend grandma. I'm Grandma Rel to a friend's 3 grandchildren, and Amanda's no longer with us, so I'm grandma role to them. And Rose is now 2.5 weeks old, and she's cute
Oh my
cute as a button.
gosh.
And balance is, for me, with everything that happens. Obviously, for me, my sons are just the most important, and my mum. And I figure as long as, and my husband, as long as all is right in their world, well, then, your life's pretty good, isn't it? Really.
Yeah.
Everything else takes a second priority. But if your family isn't good, then you're not going to have balance. You can't have balance.
No. And if you're not well,
Mm.
mentally, physically, emotionally well, then it throws other things out of balance.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah,
I think
that's
most
a good point.
can recognize as well.
Yeah.
And just, someone said, tell me about yourself. I said, we were talking the other day just in general, and I said, check out my Facebook page. And even just what I did over that May long weekend was the Saturday spent with the grandchildren, but all the way to Mullaney, driving to Mullaney and back, we played trivia in the car. So that's my thing too, because I love trivia. But we did that, and we did all the craft things. And then that Sunday, and then Sunday, I went to a rally in the city, focused on important issues for me that that are extremely important. So rather than just saying what a good idea that is, I put boots on the ground. To do that, and you'll find that sort of thing on my Facebook page. So there's family, there's activities, there's the business stuff, there's that. And then on the Monday morning, I went and spent a few hours in the garden preparing it for all the winter vegetables, and then got online and did some work as well. And so that 3 days went, that's me. So there's it's looking at those aspects, because they are important to my value system, is where I started with this conversation. It's putting those things in place. And one thing that I've done, and I think I've mentioned this in one of the other conversations, is the first thing I do every year is put my next travel destination as my screensaver.
Yeah.
Oh, what a great
I have
idea.
done that for 20 years. And I then go through my diary, and I put all my long weekends and holidays in the diary first. That nothing else is in there until they are in there.
That is so good.
Everything else is worked around it. Again, because that's high in my values. So it's not, I could 365 days a year. That doesn't, it's that new experiences and new challenges. And that's where I get that. So that's what I do. If that works with you, or just even, put the things that are, you value the highest as a priority, and then you'll find a lot more balance in your life.
Because you feel contentment. And another thing, last recording we did, I mentioned habits will outweigh intentions all the time. The other one is success leaves clues. So whatever success is to an individual is individual, right? It's up to them as to what they see as being successful. It's not up to any other person on the planet, not even your partner, not your parents, not anybody. It is your success, what you feel is important to you. Call it values, whatever it might be. So to look for those clues, you just have to look back and think, okay, did I achieve my goal? Fantastic. Yes, success. Did I come close? Well, that's even a bit of success too. So it's just a part of keeping the balance, just making adjustments, and not being down on ourselves for, if things don't exactly go according to plan. As long as you've got a plan in place, well then, hey, you're in front of a lot of people.
Most definitely.
That's it.
So that we've been talking balance all month. Anyone want to add anything before we wrap up with balance on our topic of balance?
Welcome to the team, Lara.
Thank you, Narelle. Thank you, Jan. And thank you, Janeen.
Lara's been with us here for the whole month, and as we've been talking about it, and great insights, Lara. Just loved the things that. And it's all, and the beauty of the four of us having the conversations is we're getting different perspectives, and hopefully when the people are listening and watching this, that they find something that resonates with them from that perspective, or something that they've heard, or that, that line, success leaves clues, and, to take that away.
Mm,
Love
Yeah.
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, that's another conversation of the morning tea. Marketing Mrs. Thank you so much for joining us. We'd love it if you can share this widely and tell other people about it. Check us out on YouTube and leave a comment and follow. We look forward to you joining us next week with our next conversation. We just have to wait and see what the topic is going to be.
Watch this
Bye-bye.
space.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All
Bye.
right.